this life on the bright side. I want to choose to believe in the quality of humankind, because there's going to be some hard times. Something's got to push us through the night. I just want to live now. I just want to survive this whole world. Just want to live
on the bright side. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Craig Thomas Show, March 18th, 2021. How you guys doing? It's been a wild one for me, man. It's been a wild few weeks for me. I mean, first of all, how's it the middle of March right now? It's been over a year since the start of the pandemic. Blows me away. It blows me away. This has been the fastest year ever. I think back to 3 weeks ago, and I'm thinking, when I think that I'm thinking back to 3 weeks ago, I'm thinking back to a year. That's how quick it seems it's gone by. I mean, so much change, so much has happened. It's become the new norm now, you know? This lockdown, this life has just become the new norm, and that's scaring me. You know, I don't know. I don't want it to be like this. Excuse me. I don't want it to be like this anymore, but I feel like it's just going to be this way. I feel like, I just don't feel like things are ever going to change. And I know hopefully, probably they will with the vaccines and all that, but I'm getting bored, man. I'm getting bored. I mean, it's been good. I've dove into this YouTube. I've done a lot of self-work on myself. So I can chalk up the old quarantine here to a win for me. But I know a lot of people have been struggling, and especially mentally. I know it's been really hard for people with depression or anxiety. When you add in just, when you're depressed or lonely, you already feel isolated. You feel isolated enough. Then you add in this lockdown, quarantine, whatever's going on. I know we're still kind of open here, but it just sucks, man. People didn't get to see their family on Christmas. And, those are the little things throughout the year that just really keep you going. Those little things to look forward to. Right now, what we're looking forward to is everyone getting vaccinated and things opening up. And there's so much uncertainty around that. They're talking about the new strain. They're talking about the vaccine only works for 6 months, and the Brazilian strain or the South African strain and all this shit. It just seems like this is going to be never ending. It is what it is. That's how it feels to me. And maybe that's unfair to think, but that's just how I feel right now. And with that being said, everything's moving to online content, online shopping, and the rich are getting richer. Let me tell you, in this little pandy here, the rich have gotten richer, and the people who are struggling even more. It's creating a bigger gap, and that's just how it works. With any drastic change, the people who got the money are going to make more money. It is what it is. I mean, you can't even hate on it, if you had a bunch of money, you'd probably be trying to make money in the pandemic too, right? I just hope that these big companies and stuff really give back and, do sort of a Dave Portnoy style thing at the least, where he's trying to help small businesses and, he's doing a great job with that. But we need more Dave Portnoys in the world. That's for sure. So I've had a sort of, I guess almost a week off work here, and just been diving into YouTube content, been just really grinding, trying to grow the channel. We got 100 subs in the first month, and I'm stoked on that. YouTube, I knew getting into this YouTube was a slow grind, so 100 subs is obviously nothing, but it's a big deal. And I want to hit 1,000 subs in 3 months. I want to hit 10,000 subs in 6 months. And maybe that's crazy. Maybe that's, unrealistic goals, but that's where I'm going for right now. And we'll see how it goes. I've really been grinding it. So what else is going on? The cancel culture right now is ridiculous. What was it at the Grammys? Not the Grammys. Was it the Grammys or Emmys or one of those award shows that no one watches anymore? One of my favorite comedians, Bill Burr, got on there. And he said he's a comedian, first of all, folks. You hire a comedian, and he was introducing and announcing like the best Latin pop songs or something like that. Like, first of all, why are you getting Bill Burr to do that? It's ridiculous. They know what they're doing. And he mispronounced her name. I would have mispronounced her name too. The name was hard. I mean, and if anyone knows Bill Burr, he's famous for not being able to read very well. That is literally his shtick. So when you hire a guy who is famous for not being able to pronounce words properly on an award show for the best Latin pop album, he's going to fuck it up. And he said a couple things. He made fun of it. He's like, look, like, why am I here? You got a cis white male to, give the award for the best Latin pop album. And he just said, like, how many feminists are in an uproar right now? He said something like that, then he mispronounced her name, and he said, oh, I'm sorry, like, I'm terrible at reading names. And then these 12-year-olds on TikTok try to cancel him. Literally, like, there's this movement of Gen Z, what is it, Gen Z or Gen X, whatever's below them, Gen Z, or I think it's Gen Z they call them. Anyone born, like, 2000... I think 2000 and above is like Gen Z. Whatever those people are, I don't even know. Whatever they are called, they are on this rampage of trying to cancel Bill Burr. They're trying to cancel Eminem. They've got Dr. Seuss taken off. Mr. Potato Head isn't a thing. It's madness. Can we all stop, please? Can we please stop? I can't handle it. No one cares about these issues except a small group of people who think they have a huge voice because they get together on TikTok, dance in their living rooms, and try to cancel my fucking musical hero, Eminem. You can't cancel him. You can't cancel Bill Burr. They have too big of a fan base. They have helped too many people. In some of my darkest times, I've listened to Bill Burr and Eminem to help me get on with my day. To anyone who thinks that they are doing some good for the world, or they think that this is some new little movement they want to get on and they think it's cool, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself if you want to try to cancel Slim Shady. First of all, you won't do it. You're wasting your time. You look stupid. And second of all, find something better to care about. Do you know how many fucked up issues we have in the world right now? Do you know how many ridiculous, horrible shit is happening every single day and you choose to dissect an Eminem lyric from 1999? Slim Shady is his alter ego. It's a character. He is literally rapping in a character like you were watching a movie. God, it gets me so fired up to see this. Bill Burr is a comedian. That's his job, to push buttons. Don't watch comedy then. Don't watch Bill Burr. He doesn't care. He doesn't want you as a fan. Oh, Dr. Seuss? Every kid I know read Dr. Seuss. Do you think anyone has a fucked up life, or somehow Dr. Seuss changed who they were as a person and created and made them a terrible person? No. So stop. You know what? If you want to be a good person, how about this? Work some overtime and take your overtime check and go down and create care packages for the homeless people and give them out on the weekend. Instead of making dance videos on TikTok trying to cancel Eminem thinking you're saving the world, work overtime, go down, feed the homeless, give them a care package, volunteer at a recovery and addiction center, volunteer your time to help maybe your friends who are struggling, maybe put that effort into people who are close to you. There are so many better things you can do to make the world a better place. It is so selfish to, first of all, it's so like narcissistic to think that just because you do this on TikTok, it is what it, like, it's just so narcissistic, these people, that they think that their opinion is right and their opinion is all that matters. Sure, if you don't like Eminem, open a conversation up about it. You know what, I don't like these lyrics. And people would say, yeah, you know what? It's actually a skit. It's essentially a character piece. Slim Shady is Marshall Mathers' alter ego, and he talks about fucked up shit that people do. He's not directly talking about what he himself wants to do or thinks. It's become too much. It's become too much, man. I can't handle it. I've had enough. Everyone's had enough. So just stop. If you're watching this video and you're one of those warriors on TikTok or social media that are trying to, I don't know, ban Dr. Seuss or cancel Eminem or cancel Bill Burr, just stop. There are so many other movements. How about the Black Lives Matter movement? Huh? Why is Eminem or Dr. Seuss getting media press over the BLM movement? Or how about the school shootings? How about gun regulation? How about some things that matter? How about the absolute homeless epidemic, which is caused by the mental health epidemic, which has then led into an absolute opioid crisis? Like, those are some issues if you really want to dive into it, but those are too hard. You can't get on TikTok and dance in your living room and end the opioid crisis. You can't do it. So what do? What's the easiest thing we can do? Well, we can give some uneducated opinions on some musicians who've helped a lot of people, comedians who literally bring people up when they're feeling shitty, and we can give our uneducated opinions and join in with a bunch of 12 to 18-year-olds and try to lose this guy's career. Come on, give your guys' head a shake. It's so ridiculous. It's so childish. Oh, I just went on a fucking 8-minute rant about that, but it bugs me, man. It honest to God bugs me. I just want the world to be a better place, and that's not the way to do it. That is not making the world a better place. That is dividing it. That is dividing the world. What happened to conversations? What happened to just disagreeing with something? If you don't like it, don't watch it. And if it's really offending you, how about opening up a conversation like a grown adult, where then you can hear both sides and maybe you guys can come to an agreement somewhere in the middle? What happened to that? Oh, man. Well, but yeah, it's getting nicer out, guys. The sun is starting to poke its little head above the clouds, and I wore a t-shirt today. Oh, it felt good. Nothing better when you've been in this like never-ending winter, and the first couple days of like slightly warm weather. It's still cold, but just slightly warm weather it's, you know, I saw this meme on Instagram. It was like something about like when you think seasonal depression isn't real, and then like the next thing was, you know, the first sunny day, it feels like you just popped a Molly. Like, that is so true. God, the sun is so good for you. I think that's why I'd like to live in like somewhere tropical or somewhere near the equator, even like California, where it's just sunnier most of the time. You know, here in Victoria, BC, it rains and it's cloudy for 10 months of the year. Then we get these 2 unreal smoking hot months, and then it's back. So I guess when you live in like 10 months of clouds and rain, you really appreciate the sun. So I guess that's a plus. And it's obviously beautiful here. You know, I'm not complaining. Victoria is beautiful. But I would love to live somewhere where it's sunny year round. Go down to Miami, California, live in Mexico. Like, I'd do it. Actually, my number one spot I would want to live, I've said this since I traveled there, is Vietnam. I would move to Vietnam in a heartbeat. People in Vietnam got it right. It is so simple, and I don't know even, it's so beautiful. The weather is amazing. people live so simple. Like, even if they have money, they live simple and they take care of their families and they respect each other. And it's like an open door policy, you know? Like, if you're traveling through Vietnam and you meet some locals, they'll invite you in and they'll cook you dinner. They'll cook you dinner and you'll drink their wine and you'll eat this 12-course meal that they've cooked just for you, just to show respect and thank you for coming to their town or their village. I mean, good luck in North America. Could you imagine if you had some... Let's flip it around. You got some Vietnamese travelers walking through Canada and you meet them. How many times is a Canadian or American going to say, you know what? I just met you guys, but come over to my house. Here's my address. I'm going to whip you up a pizza and you can stay all night and drink. It just wouldn't happen because our culturally we're different. And, you know, there's pros and cons to both, but I just love the Vietnamese culture and the people and the landscapes and the weather and the food. Actually, you know what? Bring the food from Thailand into Vietnam, and then you got the perfect place to live. Because Thai food is unreal. That's my favorite place I've traveled with the best food. Like, I was in Thailand for 30 days. I think I ate, over 30 pad thais. I would say between 30 and 40 pad thais over 30 days. Might even be higher, to be honest. But, oh, man, I miss traveling. I want the world to open up, you know? I want the world to open up. I want to get the hell out of here. Just reset, you know, start to think more clearly and start appreciating the little things again. But yeah, you know, we got probably, who knows how long till we can travel again. I think it's going to be at least a year. I mean, I might be crazy, but I think it's going to be at least a year until we can travel again. Oh, I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. I hope in like 3 months we're all vaccinated and no one talks about COVID, but I hate to tell you, I don't think this is going away anytime soon. I think the strains are going to mutate. Like, I'm not a scientist. I have no clue what I'm talking about, but in my head, in my little squirrel brain, I think that the strain's going to mutate and we're going to be back to square one in like 6 months. And I think probably the big pharma companies want that. You know, think of how much money they're making on these vaccines. I guarantee you they want it to mutate and they have to create a whole new vaccine. That just means another $1 billion in their checkbook. That's all that means. But yeah, man. Oh, man. Tiger Woods got in that crash. That was a couple weeks ago now. Like, what bad luck for him. I mean, the greatest golfer, one of the greatest athletes of all time. He crashes his car again. And a brutal crash where he snaps his leg in half and they're saying he's never going to golf again. Tiger Woods will golf again, okay? Mark my words, I don't care if it might be on the senior tour. Tiger Woods is going to golf again. I promise ya. Yeah, that guy is so resilient and I'm looking forward to watching that. You know, it's probably going to be a couple years, but I'm looking forward to watching that. Watching his comeback again because he's going to do it. You know he is. Everyone's counting him out. You know he's going to do it. But yeah, man. Fuck, I don't got too much to say today. You know, I thought I'd just do a little pod app and check in on you guys. I've been creating a lot more vlogs. Started a Patreon. I'm going to be doing some Patreon-only content on there. Yeah, and then I'm going to get into a bunch of the charity stuff I want to do. Once the channel grows a bit more, you know, we're going to essentially start the Humble Helper is what it's called, and I'm so stoked for that. Like I've always said, that's why I started this channel. I want to get a big enough following where I can do it, and yeah, we're just going to help people down on their luck. You know, we're going to do a video where we drop off a bunch of care packages to some of the homeless and less fortunate in Victoria. I'm going to be doing that within the next couple weeks. I'm going to be doing some review videos, some song reactions, and then just also random vlogs and random videos about subjects I want to talk about. You know, it's been mostly positive feedback. A couple people, you know, they're like, hey, what are you doing, man? But, you know, that's going to happen, man. When people do something that they're not used to seeing you do, they get weird about it or they get jealous, and that just is what it is, you know. You just got to push forward. I love doing this. I ain't going to stop. And yeah, guys, If you enjoyed this, as always, hit that subscribe button, click that little like button, and until next time, I'll see you around.